In the last episode, we built your digital department. You have a planning manager at the top, senior staff doing the heavy lifting, junior support handling the repetitive work. The structure is in place. Now comes the part that sets the standard the whole department works against. The brief. The brief does not guarantee perfect quality or accuracy. It sets the standard your digital department works against. What matters, what rules apply, and how finished work should be judged. This is not unique to AI. It is true of every team you have ever managed. Today we are going to look at exactly what a good brief looks like, and what a bad one costs you. Let me show you something every senior leader has experienced at least once. You have a deadline, you need a report. You send a quick message to your team. I need a summary of our customer feedback from last quarter. Have it on my desk by Friday. Friday arrives. Your team delivers something, and it is not what you needed. It is too long, or too shallow, or it focuses on the wrong customers, or it is written for an operational audience when you needed it for the board. You send it back. You spend time correcting it. You might miss the deadline entirely. Now, whose fault is this? Be honest. In most cases, the problem is not that the team did poor work. The problem is that the brief did not give them enough to work with. They did not know who the audience was, how long it should be, or what a good output looked like. So they guessed. And when people guess, you get something generic. A vague brief produces guesswork. Guesswork produces generic output. This is equally true of AI agents. Your digital department does not guess maliciously. It guesses because you did not give it enough to work against. It may still need the right data, tools, and review. But without a clear brief, it has no standard to aim for. A good brief, whether you are briefing a human team or an AI department, has 5 components. They are not new. You have been using versions of them your whole career. We are just making them explicit. Component 1. Role. Before you give anyone a task, they need to know who they are in this context, not their job title, their role in this task. You are a senior analyst preparing a briefing for our board of directors. That single sentence tells the agent the level of expertise expected, the audience, and the standard to meet. Component 2. Context. What does the agent need to know about the situation before it begins? What has already happened, what the audience already knows, and why this work matters. Without context, the agent fills the gaps with assumptions, and assumptions produce generic output. Component 3. The task, the specific instruction. Here is where most people think they are being clear, but are not. Summarize the customer feedback. That is a category of work. Produce a 1-page summary identifying the 3 most common positive themes and the 3 most common complaints, with 1 representative quote for each. That is an instruction you can measure. Component 4. Constraints. The rules the agent must work within. No customer names. No conclusions beyond the data. No more than 1 page. Language a non-technical board can read. Constraints are not limitations. They are guardrails that protect you. A colleague of many years knows them instinctively. A new hire or an AI agent needs them written down. Component 5. Success criteria. The most powerful and most overlooked component of any brief. Success criteria answer one question: how will you know the work is done well? When you give your team a clear picture of what winning looks like, you are not just telling them what to produce, you are telling them how to judge their own work before they hand it to you. An orchestrator with clear success criteria reviews the executor's draft against that standard before anything reaches you. It becomes the quality gate. Let me show you the same task, briefed 2 different ways. The task: you need a summary of last quarter's customer feedback, ready for your Thursday board meeting. The vague brief: summarize our customer feedback from last quarter and have it ready for Thursday. What your digital department produces: a long document covering every piece of feedback, written in operational language, no clear structure, no sense of priority. The 1 complaint about packaging sits alongside the product failure that affected 40% of customers. The agent produced a reasonable interpretation of what you asked. The problem is not the effort, it is the brief. Now the structured brief. Role: you are a senior analyst preparing a board briefing. Context: the board is reviewing customer response to our Q3 launch. They need strategic insight, not raw data. Task, 1 page, the 3 strongest positive themes and the 3 most critical concerns, 1 representative quote each, concerns ranked by frequency. Constraints, no customer names, no internal jargon, bullet points only. Success criteria, a board member reads it in 90 seconds and walks into the meeting knowing exactly what customers valued and what needs attention. What your digital department produces this time. A single clean page the board can act on immediately. You now have a framework for briefing your digital department. 5 components every time. The question to ask before you send any task to your AI agents is this: if I handed this brief to a highly capable new employee on their first day, would they know exactly what to produce? If yes, your brief is ready. If no, one of the 5 components is missing. Do they know their role? Do they have the context? Is the task specific enough to measure? Have you stated the constraints? Do they know what success looks like? Your digital department will not push back on a vague brief the way an experienced colleague might. It will attempt the task with whatever it has. The quality of what it produces is your responsibility, not because you are doing the work, but because you are setting the standard. That is what managers do. The brief is the job. Write it well. In the next episode, we look at how your digital department handles a task too complex for any single agent. Multiple agents working in parallel, handing off to each other, checking each other's work, and delivering something no single hire could produce alone. If this episode gave you a clearer picture of how to direct your digital workforce, subscribe. Every episode is built for senior leaders. No jargon, no code. Just the decisions that matter. See you in the next one.